like why it's very important because
Then
it's because you ask them why, and based on what they actually want, right, then you can advise them, okay, this is what I can do, or like you should, it's probably like this price. Because I also have asked some clients, so what do you want to do this? They just say like, oh, I just want visuals. Like, visuals for what? So
yeah.
it's like really then you know how to maybe do the shoot and how to make it like really add value to whatever they are actually trying to create as well. So it's very important.
Welcome to Let's Get Creative podcast, and I'm your host Yancong from Yancong Videos. And today we are very honored to have Michelle from Needed Love Stories. But before I go into what we talk about, I just want to wish Michelle happy birthday. By this time, Feb 7, you should be able to listen and watch this podcast, and I dedicate that day of the posting just for you. So I hope you like it. And Michelle, thank you again for sharing your nuggets. I'm so sorry that I didn't add the last part, that anyone that wants to see Michelle's work, there are two accounts. One is Needed Love Story at Needed Love Story, and of course her own personal account under Less Skies. I will provide the link at here so you can check out on her work. She's really good at fashion photography, weddings, and of course travel photography. So if you guys are interested on her works, please feel free and have a look at her works, and do contact her if you're interested in any fashion photography. She's really good. And today's topic is all about how to say no, and if you can, in what situation you can accept lower rates or work for free. We will talk more in depth on how we do so and how we gauge when will be good that you can take low project works and why it will benefit you. We also talk about how we actually say no, like how we go in depth face to face or email. We write to our clients how we say no, and how we educate our clients when we say no. And she share more nuggets on if you have when you are taking a project, it should be fitted into ultimately what you want, like the goal that you want. If it doesn't serve the purpose, you shouldn't take on that project. That is her 2020 goal, and I think it's quite fit to my goals too. I definitely will apply that. So without further ado, please welcome our guest, Michelle from Needed Love Stories. Hello everyone to Let's Get Creative podcast, and my host Yancong from Yancong Videos. Today we are very fortunate to have Michelle from Needed Love Stories, and it's kind of nice that more and more people are appreciating this podcast. And if you have any questions in future, please feel free to let us know. Then I can ask my guests on the questions that you are interested to find out. So Michelle, welcome.
Hi guys. Sorry.
Would you like to share how Needed Love Story gets started, or how do you start this personal journey of yours? Then kind of like move on from there, like you can introduce yourself.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Michelle from Knitted Love Stories. So actually I started photography like 3 years ago, but for Knitted Love Story I started only probably about a year plus, because I started shooting more like fashion, lifestyle kind of photos, but I wasn't really like prepared to shoot couples because I was afraid that I was like gonna be awkward in front of couples. But throughout before I started like Knitted Love Story, I shoot for like some friends and stuff. Then I kind of find that it's actually not that bad. It's just like, you need to step out of your comfort zone to kind of experience, and this experience really enjoys me. So that's why I started Knitted Love Story, to shoot more like love stories for like couples, and like so that they can use this memory as for a long time. So yeah.
Okay, so I've seen your Instagram. There is states like wedding, portrait, and travel, and you mentioned you do portrait and weddings. Then how about travel? So how does that part starts like?
travel, because who doesn't like traveling? Tell me, who doesn't? So it's
You
like
love traveling.
you don't like traveling.
No, I love traveling.
As in, I like traveling. So, as in, for me, it's like every year I try to do like a big trip. Like maybe after I graduate, it would be my grad trip, which I went for like 39 days. Then the following after is a lot of small trips. Then like maybe my trips usually last for like at least 2 weeks. So last year was another big trip, which is like I went for 45 days. So I went around Europe as well, like my grad trip 3 years back. So
Wow.
yeah, so I just really like traveling, like meeting new people. So whenever I went overseas, I'll be like try to plan, because I started out with fashion and lifestyle, so I always will plan like fashion lifestyle shoots overseas, because it's something that I'm actually passionate about, to shoot and to create. And yeah, so that's why I like to travel as well, meeting new people, creating memories, create new visuals for my own portfolio and interests. Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually learned a lot from Michelle just now. We have a private chat regarding like style shoots and how she does what she does, like traveling. When she's traveling, she take the opportunity to kind of like brushing up her skills and really like go and explore new things in new places. I think it helps a lot in the creative side of things, where when you're being thrown in a new place, you can really like explore your skill set as a photographer, as a videographer, and that really value adds lah. There's a lot more that I can learn from, or at least we can learn from her. And for this year 2020, right, you're also taking weddings, right, I suppose.
Yeah.
How is your wedding site looks like? How many weddings are you gonna take this year?
That one is still like incoming. So it's like I already have like weddings in February, June, July. There's one coming in August and December. So it's like all coming. I don't have like one thing I didn't do was like last year I didn't kind of like open up slots for like this year. So it's like I kind of like trying to do it now. So hopefully like there'll be couples like kind of and like kind of write in to inquire for this year itself. I actually have one like for next year, which is like 2021 already, because it's a friend that I shot for. Then like the groom's brother's girlfriend, which is like approached me, and they're like, okay, that's cool. I mean, like it'd be my honor to actually shoot for you guys, because it's like I've met you guys, and like, you know, it's quite comfortable, like, you know, talking to you, meeting you guys, and yeah. So
I see. Okay. So before I actually start the main topic, or we start the main topic, I usually have a quick fire round with my guests.
Okay.
As you know.
No idea.
But the questions has been changed, so
Okay.
you have no idea what's gonna
Right.
come
In
in.
any case, I still don't know.
Yeah, but you have to answer as quickly as you can.
Okay, I try.
Yeah. So are you ready?
Okay.
What's the best piece of advice you have received?
Okay, like it was just recently that I asked my friend, whereby like this creative friend that I actually was just chance upon speaking to, I was like, just give me any advice, just any advice. And I really like what she said. She said like try to make decisions that is like important to you, and not like you know, you can make decisions on what is important to you, and not any decision. Like if this decision is not important, you don't make it, because if it's not important, then you're just like wasting your time or holding yourself back. So it's something that I'm gonna drill for like 2020. If it's not important, it's not that I'm not gonna do it, but it's gonna take on like a back seat for now. So
Nice. Okay, so what's something that you failed at? Yeah.
failed at maintaining friendships.
Oh,
As in,
yeah.
because like for me, he asked me whether I'm introvert or extrovert, but I'm just saying I'm extrovert, but at the same time I'm introvert. So as an extrovert as I am, I like making new friends, and I like meeting people when I travel. So I meet a lot of people. So when you meet a lot of people, there are people that you need to maintain all this relationship, which is really, 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 really hard. So yeah, I'm just like not really good at maintaining like relationships with people like overseas or even locally. It's just like maybe some friends I only meet them once a year. Once a year I think is really good enough. better meeting than not, right? So
okay.
so yeah.
Okay. If your house was on fire, what are the 2 things that you're gonna get?
My camera.
Everybody says.
Because that's my lifeline, like my camera and what else? Like my camera. Yeah, just my camera.
Just a camera.
Yeah,
Okay.
and all the like maybe my pocket, my Osmo pocket, like something that I can use to like record. Oh, and maybe money lah. And my phone. Phone is definitely a must. If not, how I contact friends. Yeah.
Oh,
To
that's
to
true.
say
But
like,
you
oh, my
don't
house
hang
on
out with your
fire.
friends.
No, I still hang out with friends, but just like maintaining a friendship is different from just like hi bye kind of thing. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, important. Phone is another important thing.
True. You are the second guest that says phone and camera.
Oh, in
But
this age and
everybody
time-
says camera.
Oh really?
Every single one of them says camera.
Oh really? Everyone
Yeah.
say camera. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe because we're in industry, so it's like camera is very important.
No choice,
And
eh?
phone is also important because like social media. Then like if anything like wrong, you want to contact like other people to help with whatever you need help with.
That's our bread and butter. So if you have one lens to shoot, what will it be and why?
One lens to shoot as in and probably a 35 as in like people will use like 24-70. I actually previously used 24-70. I only have 24-70, 50 and 85, but if I could have one lens, definitely 35. Because 35 you can shoot portraits, you can shoot landscape as well. It's not too wide, not too tight, so yeah, 35.
I always wanted to get a 35. Like
I just want to get a 35, but like it's too expensive. I need to save up. I only
you like a 35, but you don't own one.
I don't own one. I rent them to try for like weddings because 50 is too tight, 85 is also too tight, and like 24 is too wide. So 35 is actually good to
Perfect
have a
match for
to
you.
to get a second. So I would actually use two cameras for wedding, so a 35 and probably a 85 or 50, and depending on how tight the space is, I might use a 24-70.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. Who will you play in the movie of your life?
Who would I play in a movie of my life?
Yeah.
As in anyone in my life?
Yeah, like a movie character that can you can be in your own life.
A movie character.
Anime or anything out of this world, you can just
That I want to play or like looks like my
no,
life.
you want to play.
That I want to play. Of course, like the Disney character princess. Live in like marry a prince. Like why not, right? Like then it's in real life it will be equal to like you become a tai.
And a Disney character is like a guaranteed happy ending. I'm pretty sure it's a happy ending.
I guess so. Yeah. As in, I'm still single, so it's like a bit like
Guys
a bit
out
hard.
there.
As in, I have no. Yeah, as I don't know lah, but a Disney princess would be nice. Happy ending and become a rich tai.
That's okay. That's quite cool.
Yeah, I guess, but must be realistic. Like, this time.
Why you break your own beautiful
It's okay. I mean, I
illusion?
must be realistic enough to live in this like day and age. So
Fine. Okay, so if you have one superpower, what will you be?
superpower, read people's like mind.
Erase people's
No,
mind.
read people's
Or
mind.
read people's mind.
Yeah, because then you know like okay, maybe this person 不好惹算了. Like if
Wow, but
there's
then you
no
very
one-
stressed.
as in sometimes I feel like read people's minds is a bit stressful, but you know what they're thinking and how to tackle like the next action you might take. I mean like it's stressful lah. Like people may be like criticizing you, but at least you know they're criticizing you. You know what they're saying. So, it's either you change or just don't care lah. Yeah,
I think they're very stressed. No, I think you will be stressed. Then the person that you read will also be stressed because he or she will be
that
wondering
means
like how the hell.
They don't know. That means like if they don't know my.
But
if
the
they-
action will be like, how do you know that I want that certain action to be done?
Then don't make it so obvious. But if let's
This is where the
say-
stress mount up. Right?
If let's say like not this superpower, I think I was just thinking. I think definitely time travel.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like you can travel all the way in front or maybe back to see how like things can be or how things will be, and then, of course, like maybe you cannot change time lah, but it's just
No, but
your own.
if you time travel back, will you want to change history?
I feel like as in I would want to change, but if I change history, I wouldn't have met people who I've met. So probably not. It's just I want to travel forward then backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to handle all the ethical stuff lah.
Ethical stuff.
Yeah, because travel back means there's a lot of responsibilities. If you change something,
Oh yeah.
any world
correct.
history stuff, then
Oh yeah, wow. Imagine I change the world history.
I
That would be,
know,
like,
right?
crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the best movie you ever watched?
Oh my god, this is so hard. I to be honest, I haven't watched a movie in the cinema for the longest time because I feel like it's not worth it. Sorry. I mean, I watch on like Netflix or like I stream online. Sorry. But I think a movie that I've watched, as in favorite movie.
Yeah, favorite movie.
As in I like horror movies, so it's like probably one of the horror movies.
Shutter
Yeah.
or
Like I think I like the older horror movies like Dollhouse, the older ones like Shutter, the Thailand one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that one's really scary.
Scared the shit out of me.
People will be like, as in I got once I went to watch this show Dollhouse. That was like probably 10 years ago. But but my friend would be like, peek behind because Dollhouse one they scare from like behind. So it's like my friend would be like, then I'll just be like shocked lah. But it was chilling to watch horror movie, but I don't think a lot of people like to watch solo. Why pay yourself to scare yourself, right? I mean, why pay to scare yourself?
But it's the experience lah.
Yeah, it's the experience lah. But I haven't really watched horror. I don't like to watch alone. I only can watch with friends.
But can you watch with your friends at home lah, or in movie theaters?
I don't watch. I can watch movies at home, but never horror movies. Yeah, it's just
complicated lah.
It's-
Then you hardly meet your friends also.
Oh,
we
I
go
mean,
back to
that line.
we're going back to the point. It's very hard to meet your friends because our lifestyle very hard to kind of meet people's 9 to 5. It's a sad truth.
I
lah.
tried like 2020 goals is to meet up with more friends. That was my last year goal also, but
You
still.
bring forward to this year.
Yeah, move forward to this year.
So if you weren't in this industry, what would you be doing?
If I'm not in this industry, but because every time you meet new people, you experience new things, you always change your goals and stuff. So as for now, if I wasn't in this industry, I'd probably be in like more of the creative industry. As in, I would strive for like to be in the marketing or the advertising or creative industry.
Something that you can still practice your.
Yeah, something that I can
creative.
still practice.
Okay. So you have passed the process of get all the answers already.
Yeah.
So now we come to the main topic of the day, which is how to say no and / work. Do you have to or should you work for free? So when it comes to this topic, when I was trying to like form up this whole structure, I personally have done work that is like free to almost very low in price at the start. I believe everybody that's listening, when you just started this creative field, there's some sort of like creative guilt because when you started, you always feel like it's not really working. It's more of like experimenting and like growing, and that's something that you like to do. So it's you kind of feel bad, or at least I feel bad when I charge a certain rate higher than
correct.
what's normal. But then there was one of my clients say that, oh, you charge really low in terms of like across the board, like how they previously charged. And when I get more and more feedback, it feels like something is wrong lah, because I'm not doing it right. So maybe Michelle, you want to kind of like share your thoughts about these two topics first, then if there's anything I'll jump on, I'll just cut in lah.
Okay.
How do you
So like
feel?
your topic is, should you? It's like because there's two things you ask,
Yeah,
right? So
so
you break it down. So should you work? How do you say no, or should you work for free? So I feel like should you work for free? It's depending like on yourself. Maybe at the start you could be like, oh, okay, if it's something like that interests you, then you could consider like working for free because like it's something you enjoy doing. Like equal, like if you want to it's kind of similar to like maybe if your friend has a dog, like then you want to babysit like the dog or not. It's like, yeah, sure, I mean I love dogs, like why not, like I can like babysit them for free. So it really depends on like how important or how much it interests you. Then but if you're talking about work for free, I wouldn't say work for free I would maybe initially like the first few like the months to come, like when you just started, maybe you can work for free to see like whether you really like it and really want to like be in this industry. Then maybe you can consider like working for free, and then after that maybe you see like, hey, maybe I get some experience already. Then you'll be like, should I continue working? And if I should continue working, should I still work for free? So it's more of a like you gain experience, and like from then on, then you make the decisions that is like that matters to you lah. So
If someone like just one of your clients say that you can work at a rate that is slightly cheaper, but then the exposure rate is like super high. I mean, I believe you have heard
yeah,
clients say
definitely.
about
A lot
they are
of
paying
clients.
via.
I have clients as in friends, clients, and what I hear say is like, oh, you can work with us. We give you like a lot of experience, a lot of exposure. I mean, like that's the thing that I hear a lot. Exposure. I mean, like what kind of exposure like you can give me? So it really depends on like if you feel that this exposure is really legit, like legit exposure, and can add to your portfolio or resume, like legitly, like this is a valid like brand or company that like you can add to your portfolio, then you go ahead doing it. But if it's not, if it's like something that you when you look back and like, yeah, like this is not much that like why would I like waste my like time to do this kind of thing. So but maybe you'll be thinking like, oh, when they offer me, I don't really know. But after you take one or two, then after through your experience working for it, then you feel like this is not the kind of thing for you. So when the third time someone asks you again, then don't do it. Yeah.
But
So
that's a nice approach. Personally, I feel that exposure is 90% of the time are just like empty promises lah. At least from what I know, like they can promise you a world of a time, like really good things about it. Like there'll be like a lot of people there that you can actually benefit from. Sometimes they even promise you via like, oh, it's a network event, so you can actually like sell yourself there. None of that kind of thing. Instead of paying you the legit way, but then they kind of like pay you in that sense. 9 out of 10 times is very it's more on the surface. I feel like they're just saying just to kind of like trying to press down the pricing without offend whoever like the freelancers lah. And because I feel that you can work for free if you have zero of
experience.
that particular portfolio.
Right.
But once you have one or two,
Yeah, you
I
should.
don't think you should even consider.
You unless like this thing is like really legit. Like for example, if let's say you have one or two, but like fashion week, for example, then like people say you want to shoot backstage. I was like, oh, confirm sure, because it's something that I'm really interested in, and I want to see and experience, like have like be in the vibe and hype of like this whole thing. And then I would say like, wouldn't mind working for free. But if it's not something that you would, that it's like it's not something that you would really like do it or like interest you, then I feel like you shouldn't work for free lah. And then so
No, unless the client has a trade deal with you where you can benefit from, like if you are covering a hotel stay or something, then in exchange of that you can have a free night stay or maybe a flight to somewhere that I think if you really want to like travel or something, then I feel that you don't have to charge like wholeheartedly the whole rate, but you can get a bit of compensation via that lah.
yeah, you can. But the thing is, once you have like that portfolio, when other people ask you, you shouldn't really exactly still work for free. As in like you have a one or twice, then you can, because then your portfolio, your value of yourself will increase really what. So why devalue yourself by working for free? As in like, yeah, if you, for example, you were saying about the hotel stay, if you stay for a hotel, then you create visuals, you create like videos for them, then you're already increasing your value of yourself, where this is how you add to your portfolio. Then why would you want to devalue yourself by like working for free? It doesn't make sense, like in
Yeah.
logically. So
That's it's considered a very touchy subject. Like
I mean, it is.
it's very
it is,
grey. Then usually clients talk about pricing, their eyes will perk up and
Like,
become more sensitive to all the different
yeah.
keywords that you use lah. But if you can turn back time, right, would you still take on free or very low cost projects?
As of now, since I've been in this industry for like, as in weddings is about a year. Then like shooting wise, after I graduate, then I started shooting. I probably won't do it for free because like you already have experience. You need to wait to see how this like is of value to you, because the thing is, if you work for free, there's a lot of things that like people can like say about you. If you work for free, it means like people, oh, you, this person is not skilled enough, because sometimes like the prices you give to clients, right, it kind of shows how skilled or how you value your own self. Because if you're working for free, clients will think that this person is not skilled, probably starting, like why would the person work for free, kind of thing. They might try to ask you work for free. It's either they know that you're skilled or they know that you're not skilled. Like maybe if it's a friend, then they ask you to work for free. I feel like this kind of friends are not friends at all, because real friends, as in, sorry but real friends who would actually like ask you to work for them, right, they would actually value your set of skills. They would think that, okay, I mean like not totally for free lah. I mean those who ask you to work totally for free are not your real friend, because friends are supposed to support each other. Like for example, if I work for someone else, I don't expect them, as in I don't, maybe if let's say I ask someone to work for me, I don't expect them to work for free, because it's not fair to them. If you put yourself in someone else's shoe, like it's not very nice law. So
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, working for free is a little bit ridiculous lah. At least from my contact, I feel that working at low rate is still okay, because
okay.
you are still, people are still consider it as the clients still have to pay for your equipment, for your skill set. We don't talk about transport, we don't talk about the nitty-gritty stuff lah. Just hiring you to bring your equipment to that place, I think costs a bit.
Yeah, because you still need to like, whatever you rent or maybe whatever equipment you have, you need to like cover that cost as well. So
yeah, it's still
if you don't-
value.
Yeah, if you don't cover that cost, how you gonna you still need to earn a living actually.
Yeah, I think the rest of the cost comes in like your skill, how you do your stuff, how fast you do your stuff, your editing, and of course the human skills lah. Because when client pay you, usually they don't just pay like a cameraman or something. They literally they need to feel like they enjoy working with you. Then of course they are willing to pay for that value lah. Instead of getting some intern, then they don't know what they're doing. Then that it's like all the extra effort. They rather pay you to do the job like well enough, like good. Then they usually will stick with you rather than pay another person to like do for free or low cost.
Because I feel like when clients pay, right, they also pay for experience. So imagine if like we go back to the topic of like zero, like if you work for free, it means like they are not paying for experience at all, because you don't have experience, right? So if like now if clients pay for you, that means they are paying for experience, for you to cover your like equipment costs, for your post production. So everything, it's somewhat together is what they pay for lah.
Do you agree that if you work for free, right, should you take control 100% on the creative side?
If I work for free, how do I, as in there are situations whereby you work for free, you just being led by whoever is like organizing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like it really depends on like, because if you work for free, they also have what they want, so it's like
it's very hard lah.
but to be honest, I don't remember working for free, as in like low budget, yes, but not for free. But maybe free was, as in not for work but for my own like passion projects or something that I was interested. I would just like shoot like to practice my skills and stuff like that. So it's more of a collaborative basis. So it wasn't like for free. So on a collaborative basis, we actually all benefit from it in terms of like maybe the photographer practice, the makeup artist practice, then like the model also get pictures and stuff like that. So Yeah, so it's more of a collaborative basis. So we still benefit from it, but not on a commercial level kind of
Yeah,
thing. So
I think a good way of saying working for free is more of like working for collaboration. It'll be much beneficial approach rather than you work for a client for free or low cost. Cause okay, personally, if I have to work on low cost, I would require the client to give me full control of the creative side because I can treat it as a practice session because since it's free, and I feel that the person or the freelancer that is trying to work with the client at low cost should also uh, have a constant communication in the sense that you take control of the storyboard and everything, and the clients understand the risk that they are taking.
yeah,
They have to educate
definitely.
them like because you're working for free, so there's a lot of risk involved. That's why you don't have to pay, but you have to accept the style that I go for lah. So they are not paying, but they have to take the risk. I think they need to understand this so that when they got the final result right, they wouldn't get pissed or they wouldn't like redirect to you
Yeah.
like, oh, why you're doing this.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel that there's some sort of protection that you need to set, like a gantry, so that in case shit goes like the worst case scenario, at least you write black and white that saying that yeah you agree upon this and this is the result lah because it's a free work ma. What do you expect that kind of thing. But of course if you will try not to make it like turn sour and everything, but it's an okay frame it a nice way so that they won't like get offended lah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think like on this kind definitely have to say way before like you start any project. It's like because the thing is like your experience would tell you if let's say you work for a long time, your experience will tell you that okay you need to tell this client what you need to tell them, or maybe you need to cast this person. You definitely need to cast someone to suit your brand and not just pick any like amount
Amango.
to shoot for like maybe a certain brand, because the thing is let's say as a photographer you have like a lot of creative like you can shoot whatever, but the thing is if the model don't really like, or the maybe the cannot, we're not talking about weddings, we're talking about like as a model, if let's say the model cannot give what you want, then no matter how hard the photographer try, it will not be like the best of the best that you can actually produce. So definitely like you need casting, you need like make sure that the location is right, the light is right, make sure like yeah, so you need to like educate clients or like on what you can produce and like on what things that they have to take note or what they have to do before you start the project.
Yeah, yeah, true. Educating and
Client is
contract
very important.
is very important. I feel that the whole chunk, just the contract, will take like another podcast or another topic. I think that I will take note because a lot of people when they go into this, they don't even have a proper way or like a black and white for clients
Have
to understand.
have to.
And I think if you have the time, which client usually don't have the time, it's best that you all sit down and really go through line by line and let them ask you if there's anything that they're not sure, because when things happen then it's much easier to fall back on the contract and explain to them like this is what you are agreed on. Everything goes wrong, like just go back to the contract, then you will feel like there's some sort of protection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
protection for yourself, because like what if things goes wrong, then clients say like you need to do this, then in no choice, then you have to like kind of offer them that service because it wasn't stated in clearly and stuff like that. So it's for you to protect yourself and also to make sure there's a clear scope for you to work in so yeah.
Okay. Like, is there a way to know what kind of project a creative should take on discounted rates?
I don't think like at what kind of project that a creative could or should take at a discounted rate. Is it?
Could. I think could
take
is
at
a
discounted
better
rate.
way to say.
But as a creative, you wouldn't want to discount yourself in terms of like discounted rate unless like it's a project that you're really like interested in and like it really adds to your portfolio. Otherwise, like you wouldn't, if it's just a job itself and you feel that this job I can do and it's like it can add to my portfolio, so then you wouldn't really, if the client never ask like why would you want to discount yourself on like in terms of devalue yourself at such a low price. But if you ask me what kind of, it's definitely something that I would be really interested in, like maybe a camp, like cause for me, besides shooting wedding, I really like to shoot fashion projects like campaigns and stuff. If let's say a client asks, I would consider to actually give a discount rate because it adds to my portfolio. Then like if let's say when I look back at it, okay, this is something that I can offer to future clients that like, hey, I can do this kind of things. So yeah, it's something. Isn't for now. It's more of like campaigns, more fashion campaigns.
Yeah, I
that
think
could do.
client still requires visual lah. So if you have really something to show, it's much easier for future clients to digest by watching your portfolio. So everything still, both of us will like actually agree. It feels like it's going back to portfolios. If your portfolio you can value add based on that project, then you should actually consider taking at cheaper rate. I mean, of course, if you can take the original rate, why not? But if really no chance, usually to me the hardest that I personally want to get is travels. Like if I get to travel, then maybe
Yeah.
I don't mind dropping my rates just to get that project. But
Yeah, and like you can
different
travel at
lah.
the same time, and it's more of a like win-win situation. You get to work and travel, kind of thing.
Yeah, because not a lot of
So,
jobs allow you to
travel.
fly and press a record button, or press a shutter button. So
Yeah.
only in that situation I feel that I can compromise a bit of my pricing and a bit of my moral lah. Like just a bit, just a bit,
That bit
just a
that
wee
before
bit,
the
just
before
drop.
the before the cut-off point, like
Yeah,
like below
just a
that will
wee
be
bit.
like that too much already. It's really
Yeah.
too much.
Okay, so is there a way? Can you tell? Maybe you can share like a way. A nice way to say or talk to your client or write to your clients, to like say no or like formally reject them. I mean, since it's too low for us, is there a way that you write or you prefer to meet face to face to say no?
If it's a closer friend, then I'll be like very straightforward. Like the price is too low. Sorry, like it's I don't really like. I cannot really like take on this project lah. But if it's someone that I don't know, I'll probably say that my schedule is not I cannot I don't have time for this now, so I'm sorry. That kind of thing. As in, I mean it's a very it's easier to say that you have no time than sorry your price is too low as in, to do this.
Really?
But sometimes like I mean if it's the client and like you guys can be like really you guys can like click and like talk, then you just tell them sorry the price is too low, I still need to pay for this like maybe extra manpower, rental of gears, so this is how much I can like this amount is what I can actually give, but your price is a bit too low, I cannot cover like the things I need to cover, so I'm sorry. As in sometimes I feel like it's easier to tell clients that you cannot take on, because if they are for clients themselves, they are just like looking for the cheapest way possible, so they are not like it's not like 人身攻击, it's like you just if you cannot, then they'll just move on to someone else, so it's you just have to decide on what's best for yourself, and you feel that this price is the right value for you to actually give them, then just give them a price. I mean, even if it's like losing like that job itself lah. Because if you go lower, then I feel you're devaluing yourself as well. Unless like we go back, it's something that you really really want to do, then you can.
I always feel that this kind of situation where we are being thrown to say no to clients, I feel that at that junction, right, is the best time to educate them. Like I would really spend like my time to write that proper email to explain why this price doesn't work. I think maybe it's just me lah. Cause I don't want to just swipe them off and just say, oh, my schedule is not free. But cannot be every time they find me and say every time I'm not free. So I would just want to tell them like why this price doesn't work. And if of course I will congratulate them to when they found someone that is cheaper.
I mean, that's good for them. Do what's best for yourself.
Yeah, because got a few clients actually say, oh, they managed to find someone cheaper. Then I say, okay, that's good because you managed to find someone that is within your price range and you can hit your own standards. And I was like, it's okay, it's good, congratulations. But then I'll explain to them why this amount doesn't work, of course I'll explain like all the costs that are involved. And sometimes I feel like, okay, this part I never write, but sometimes I feel like if for example a wedding, then they need to cover something which is like one of the most important things of their life, right?
Yeah.
If you value it at like, what's the lowest price that you usually being asked? I assume $300-400.
For a wedding video.
Okay, a
for
photo
video.
or video.
I mean for video.
If it's okay, let's make it 300. Be it for photo or video, maybe 1 or 2 hours.
Lowest will be also about like 400, like if let's say for a pre-wedding. But then
As in pre-wedding still okay,
Yeah.
because the timing is much lesser,
Yeah.
everything. But I'm talking
for
about like wedding.
Actually,
No, you'll be surprised.
600. I've asked before 600.
No,
for,
it's like, I mean, okay, then you must reverse and ask them. I mean, if I haven't asked before, but I feel like next time is a nice way to ask lah. Like, do they actually value their most important day? Or for clients, do they actually value their project?
Ask them if they value.
Yeah, because it's not like
some couples will say like, it's okay, I just want the
Yeah,
document.
I mean-
then that's fine.
Yeah.
You can find someone else that like they can just document your thing. Because the thing is, you want to
Yes.
find clients that value your work. Then you shoot for them. You actually have the like satisfaction of like shooting, like creating really good works for them, and they appreciate it as well. I mean, these are the clients you really want to find. So yeah, be it weddings or like fashion stuff as well.
Yeah, because to a company, if they, that's why I usually don't. I'll go logical lah. Because if they don't value what they are trying to sell or whatever, right? Then if your product is like 10,000, 20,000, but you only want to spend $300-400 on your marketing or whatever, it doesn't make sense because it doesn't correlate. Like, how are you gonna spend this amount that expect people to buy a 20,000, 30,000 worth of stuff? Or like, if you want to find clients for like repeated customers using that video to kind of like promote, it doesn't make sense to have to park that amount just to kind of do it. And a lot of the companies, one of the problems is they don't have purpose of doing what they want to do. Like they come in, they say, oh, we want to do this for social media. Then the next question I ask is like, why?
Yeah, like why? It's very important because
Then,
like
yeah.
it's because you ask them why, and based on what they actually want, right? Then you can advise them, okay, this is what I can do, or like you should, it's probably like this price. Because I also have asked some clients, so what do you want to do this? They just say like, oh, I just want visuals. Like, visuals for what?
Yeah.
So it's like really then you know how to maybe do the shoot and how to make it like really add value to whatever they are actually trying to create as well. So it's very important.
Yeah, because when I ask them why, then the purpose, they don't even know, like they're not even sure what's the purpose. Then it's very hard for us to advise what is the best strategy for them. Because if you don't know the purpose, then no point you gonna throw in X amount of money for that project, because it's gonna be wasting your money. You will be like no value lor, because you don't know what to do with it. Even if I do it, you don't even know like how well this post or how you're gonna post it, or is that there must be a strategy to how you can use the product that we shoot for them for their products or their service. So I feel that purpose should come first. Then of course the other whys will be like, why not others? Why us?
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, out of so many people that can shoot videos, can shoot photos, why us? There's a reason why they come back to us and like this, right?
Yeah.
It must be some sort of like a signature or like a style that you're looking for that we
Or
can
they're
fit.
comfortable with you.
Yeah, I
then,
want them to
like,
kind of like know that you got us because
you want us, and
yeah,
not
you
like,
want us.
You're not like, oh, just I think the price right, whatever, then you just kind of find us.
Yes. So I don't want them to take it as like, oh, we are just a camera person, just press the record button. But I want to know that we value our work. That's why we are charged at that rate. And it's more of like, you are paying for who we are lah. Yeah, but that part really very hard to.
But talking to you also makes me like, okay, this is something. As in, I know that I want clients to value my work, then they come and find me, and not the other way around, because I need like their wedding or whatever.
Yeah.
Then it's something that to really know, like, to ask clients. So as in, I think next time I'll ask, like, so why do you want to come? Maybe they'll be very sure, like, oh, because the pricing, or maybe because I will hope for answer whereby, oh, because I like your style, I'm comfortable with you, that's why I want to engage you.
Yes.
And that would be like, or you'd be like, oh, like, then you really want to, like, go out, as in, not say that other couples I would go out. I mean, really, like, I mean, like, a lot of couples that I shoot for, I really, like, love them, like, oh my god, give me a hug, please. As in, like, I really like shooting for couples, because, like, and that appreciate our works and everything, because they are, like, the ones that, like, when you look back on, and you be like, this person is, like, sometimes when you shoot for clients, you don't want to just be like a high buy. You want to shoot with clients, and, like, you maintain, like, a long time relationship with them, be it weddings or clients, because they could be, like, your another source of, like outreach, because, like, if they like your work and they reach for you when they post the photos or use the photos, or they maybe someone asks, they'll say, like, this person, like, Knitted Love Story, or, like, maybe Michelle, like, she really, like, her etiquette,
she knows her
whatever.
shit.
Yeah, she knows her shit. Her work is good, like, everything is good, so I recommend her to you. Yeah, these are the kind where you hear it, like, like, you get
so
the satisfaction,
so
right?
much worth it.
Yeah, it's why you do this. It's not like, I feel like if you are not, like, striving for that, then I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're doing this for, man.
Yeah, because this is very crucial that if these two whys, these questions asked out, right, and if they can answer you with a bit of confidence, then I feel that these are the right ones. Like, you kind of know that, okay, that means we fit lah, both of us, like, it's a match. Because if they don't know, then it feels like they are just wondering, or maybe they are just searching for pricing. Those are the clients that they are very price sensitive. So it's very hard to let them understand why we price what we price. So yeah, that's a whole another topic. But I feel that in order to kind of say no, I think it's a good way to redirect them back to explain before you kind of reject them lah. These two parts they should understand before you kind of, like, say no. Then at least on the day that you reject them, you kind of, at least you know that another client understands, rather than they keep fishing out for stuff and they will never understand why it's like that. Then I know it's very tiring to just keep saying no to a certain type of client or certain type of couple, but then I feel that the more people know why like that, then at least in future will be lesser people asking, because every client, every couple will be educated.
I think another reason why you say no is also because of, like, the brand image, or, like, what kind of image you want to like, represent your brand. Because, like, for example, because I was traveling to Hong Kong, then I have friends who are friends with this Hong Kong photographer. Then I met her for dinner, and then I really like meeting people, so when I travel, I meet up with new friends. I asked her, so, like, how do you actually price yourself? How do you brand yourself? So this advice she gave me is actually choose your work, whereby the kind that you want to represent yourself. Because if, let's say, as in, if you choose couples who are priced, as in, I'm not saying, like, as in, if you choose a certain kind of, like, couples, or choose a certain kind of client to represent yourself, would you use these photos to promote, or will you use this photo on your Instagram, on your website? If you know, then, as in, unless you're really desperate for money, then, like, you work for them. But if you're not, then why would you, like, want to waste your time earning this money whereby it doesn't provide you with the experience or, like, the exposure that you probably need?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think, yeah,
that's
true.
one thing she told me. Now I was just like, I mean, like, that is something that I will take note of.
Side track a bit. I mean, since we are still recording, I feel that, yeah, true. Unless you are just started, then you might not have enough power. I feel that to like empower yourself to make that decision lah. Because you still have to eat ma.
Yeah,
still have to be, still have to be realistic.
To, like,
Yeah, but I agree lah. Once you have certain, like, portfolio level already, I think it's time to kick that bad habit of, like, taking every single job that
comes
you
your way.
Yeah, okay. Main thing I want to tell people to say that if you get any leads or any inquiries, right, you are not obligated to say yes. you still have the power to say no. And a lot of people just think that if this person you cannot get the lead, right, then in future you won't get him. But then some clients are quite smart. They go out and get a lower quote, then they still come back to me and say that. Then I ask them why you come back to me. Then they'll explain, really the work not as detailed. So that's why they come back. And some, because of that, right, they are even more committed now to get me than for other people, because the relationship got stronger because I let go of it first. Then they kind of like, oh yeah, actually there's some sort of quality that's missing that from other people that are cheaper source lah. Because I believe both of us been outbidden by a lot of lower quote, so it's part and parcel lah. Like, so it's okay to let go. It's okay to say no. It gives you a little bit of empowerment lah.
Yes.
Yeah, to kind of reject, but
you need to believe in what you create. So that's why you'll be like really, you stand firm in like the price that you actually give.
Yeah, because when you in fact what we price now, right, most of the veteran will actually say we are undercharging. We are still undercharging. At least for me, I still feel like I'm still undercharging.
It's okay, I guess.
And if everybody keep fighting for price war, right, keep saying yes, right, then the whole quotation or the whole like pricing will just drop. Like, see who will hit like zero first, which is very dangerous lah. So in terms of the whole community, it's quite toxic for people that keep taking free or low cost job. So that's why we need to get educated to say how to say no, but at the same time we should educate them why we say no, so that at least clients are aware that they need to take some risk lah if they're gonna take a cheaper job or like a low cost job. So this is another question, it's like what is the biggest myth in the current industry?
Biggest myth?
Yeah.
Like, for example, what's your biggest like myth?
Like certain perception like
myth like, as in, I'm not sure if a lot of clients are like educated about it. Like myth, like photography is just like, very easy. It's just like, you snap. But then it goes a long way, as in like, for example, let's say I was talking about commercial, you do the pre-planning, then the shoot itself, then like getting on the logistic and everything, then after that post-production. So like all this takes time. And so like, for example, if wedding is you need a client to discuss like what they want, plan maybe the logistics of the day itself. I mean, that's not hard, but I mean like, then you shooting for them is like maybe 2 hours or like maybe 10 hours, but it goes a long way whereby you need to like edit the pictures. Like, for example, when I shoot a wedding, sometimes it ranges from like actually 2 to 4K pictures. 2 to 4K, then imagine how long you have to go through to that 2 to 4K photos. Like, probably I'll take the whole day or maybe 1.5 days to look through pictures if I just sit down on the table to actually look through all the photos. Then after look through photos, then you have to edit them. Then like, and after you edit them, that's for me lah, then you have to look through the colours, if the colour is right, because sometimes like if you look too long at the screen, your eyes can play tricks on you. Then when you look back, usually I edit one time, then after I'll look back at it another time. But sometimes when you edit, you cannot edit like, because usually 2 to 4K I'll size down to maybe 900, 700. Then after that, I edit them one day, but the thing is I probably won't edit like 700 to 900 photos in one day, because that's too much photos. Then to edit in one day, your eyes will be like so tired. So I will take like maybe 3 to 5 days, like in total, in the summation, to edit like this 700 to 900 photos, or maybe even longer, because after I edit one time, I will look back at it again and edit the second time, because sometimes when you first time edit, when you look back at it, like they'll be slightly a bit too pinkish, but depending on the style that you actually edit, probably it's easier. I'm not sure how other photographers edit, but for me I will have a first look, second look, or maybe even a third look, to make sure like these are the colors that I want to represent my image and represent my brand itself. So yeah, it takes like a long time to edit, but some people, as in some couples, they don't really know how much effort like a photographer or maybe a videographer put behind their work. So to them, maybe like this price a bit too high or and stuff like that. So we have to like educate them in terms of like it's just not like a 2 hours job or maybe a 10 hours job. It's much more than that. So yeah, that's the myth that people think.
I think it's a misconception because if you notice like some of the other studios or like wedding related companies, they tend to put their pricing with the number of hours. If you notice, like half a day.
But that is
8
only for the
hour.
shoot though.
No, but usually they price as in they already include the editing everything.
As in
like
they,
you get
they say like, oh, take how long to edit, is it?
No, like usually because couples don't really care what is the post processing hours, right? So what they care about is the on the actual day
Yeah,
the cut.
yeah,
So they
on
put
the
like
actual
8 hours, 10 hours. So they are, if you keep flashing these kind of numbers, then they'll correlate. Oh, okay, 10 hours means this price. Then they'll divide by 10. So 1 hour is like
No, but
X
then
number of
they will
price.
actually, you have to educate them whereby, okay, this is 10 hours, then post production will take like maybe 2 months. So you just have to tell them lah.
Provided that we have the opportunity to do that, because we will just flash on the website. That's the first correlation that they have, which is kind of negative lah. So I previously talked to Ryan from Nothing Visuals. He didn't even put the pricing on the website. So it's more of like contact basis.
Oh, it's like maybe you put this like maybe what I offer, like this is
Then if you want
inquire for more details.
Yes, and then if you create such a platform, which I think that he does very well, it gives a chance for us to educate the couple, educate the client on the pricing and how does it really work. And I feel that was one of the golden nuggets that he gave lah. It was quite good lah. Like initially, because last time I put my pricing, now I don't put. Initially I put, then after I talked to him, I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Like if you put that, then you just encourage more people thinking that way. Like X number of hours means how much. And it felt like it's an hourly based job rather than a whole process, like a whole project job. Yeah.
If only everyone don't do that, then it's like that would actually make couples would like think that way. But then there are people out there we cannot stop one. So you really can educate those who actually are who are doing it as well. Or maybe couples who actually don't see it that way. So
yeah. Okay, so what is the biggest mistake that you have made in your business that you felt that?
Biggest mistake I don't know. I haven't really reflected on my biggest mistake. Let me think. Biggest mistake. Then what is your biggest mistake?
What's my biggest mistake? I felt that I could have focused on branding even earlier than I have taken on. Because I feel that branding and networking is a lot more important. I mean, while you're brushing up your technical skills and everything, I feel that I should spend a little bit more on branding because now everybody's on social media. And if you don't put yourself out there, it's very hard for your clients to actually acknowledge that you exist. That is one of my takeaways.
Okay. As in, like, I wouldn't say it's the biggest mistake, but it's just like something that I feel like I could have improved on. Like, it's I think two things is mainly maintaining like as in a relationship with a friend, tell them that I'm doing this, because only recently that I kind of like broke out saying that I'm doing this. So then I met like my I was shooting this wedding, then I met my friends, the groom's cousin boyfriend, who is my friend. They was like, hey, you're doing this, you're doing weddings? I was like, yeah, I do weddings. Like, so it's like they don't really know I do weddings. So like probably I'll say something that I could improve on is to heavily promote myself in actually I'm doing weddings as well, and like maybe improve like in terms of like my marketing strategies for like maybe Little Love Stories so that it can reach out to more clients and stuff like that. So it's something that I improve on. I would say it's the biggest mistake. I feel like any things that we do is more of like to self-reflect than in how we can improve on. So I don't think it's the biggest mistake. I don't really have, I think.
That's good. That's a good thing. If you don't have a mistake, that's a good thing.
I mean, like, it's biggest mistake. I don't really think of, not that I can think of now, but yeah, it's more of like things that you can improve and like reflect on and get better from there. Yeah.
Okay. That's fair enough. And if you have one tip that you can offer for creative individuals out there, what would it be?
One tip to give creative individual. I need all the tips so I give people tips. Make sure you know, I think your own value, like in terms of like how you value yourself. Don't never devalue yourself. Like when it comes to your work and stuff, just be proud of what you're doing. As in, be proud of what you're creating, basically. Because the thing is, you could be creating this, but then like if you're not proud of it, then why are you doing this? So,
Such a deep question. But it's true.
I
it's
mean,
true.
like, yeah, I really need to value oneself. Then of course, like learn from other people. Like, don't copy other people, but learn from other people. See what kind of things they image. Like maybe sometimes for me, it's I will look at how other people do their work and what kind of feelings they're actually creating. Because for me, I'm a very emotional or maybe emotions based person. So I like my image to be led by an emotion and stuff like that when you look at it. So I will see how other people are doing it and like I should improve on that. So like hopefully you can do the same as well to find inspiration out there and like from there you work on your own craft.
Wow, very, very good. Very, very good.
Really? I mean, sometimes I tell myself I don't believe I'm saying this.
You can actually rewatch that, then you listen to yourself, then you're like, oh yeah, I actually shared this.
Maybe like a year later it's like, oh wow, I don't even know I said
So much wisdom. Okay, so thank you again, Michelle. I think we come to the end of the podcast and really appreciate that you come all the way here to our lovely place and share your nuggets to every single one that's listening to this. And for anyone listening out there, if you have any questions or anything for my future guests, please do feel free and DM me and like share. Really appreciate for people that keep listening to this podcast. And this should be out in February. You should be able to listen to that soon. And
my birthday is February.
Oh,
Yeah.
when is it?
7th Feb.
Okay, everybody please. Then you know what? Then I think I'll just post on 7th Feb. I'll post on 7th Feb. Make sure that everybody have their birthday wishes. So happy birthday in advance. Okay, so we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.